Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore podcast. The podcast reviews, movies, and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 722, and it is your review of Nightcrawler as we begin our first annual Noir-vember. This month, we are discussing film noir, whether it's neo-noir, Japanese noir, animated noir, or regular film noir from the 1940s and on. But as always, this is the Nerd You Gotta Hear the show. On sorry, what co-host Brad and Yoda.
What's up, everybody? We're on wonderful, wonderful Monday nights. And no, this is not November. This is Noir November.
Noir-vember. Live, early, and ad-free over on patreon.com/thenerdcore, where you can get this episode live, early, and ad-free before anybody else gets to watch it on a Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, man, Brad, excited to start this month, man. Brad won the coin toss, which we don't do live anymore. And that means that this is his first pick. But before we can go into the review, Brad, how are you doing today?
Doing okay. Went to work for a bit, came back home. Been waiting to do this. So I didn't really do anything in between.
Yeah, no wonder you could do this at like around 7.
Yeah, so my
you
time
could have let
change.
off with that. You could have told me in the message, like, hey, it's because I've been home all day.
Well, my time didn't change. Your time changed. I'm just an hour behind you now.
Oh.
So that's all it is. And I did put in the message. I'm like, hey, I could do 7. I could do 7:30.
Yeah, but I thought you meant like, I was like, oh, I could just do it. Like, I thought you, and I'm like, oh, I've been out. I thought like, oh, he still needs to eat. I was thinking about all those things, Brad.
No, I eat by like 6:30 usually. So
yeah, well
it's fine. I was able to take the trash out and do other stuff.
I got to edit 2 TikToks, so
yeah.
you know,
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, something was done either way.
Yeah.
But you didn't get to play anything.
I've been at work.
Wait, ever since you've been home from work?
No, like because I gotta take the dogs out. I gotta feed the dogs, and then I got to get the trash ready. So yeah, no.
Yeah.
I haven't really done much of anything.
Yeah. After those lobbies yesterday, you're pretty done unmotivated, huh?
Jesus Christ. I tell you what, it was a lot more fun. I'm sorry, Migs. Like, I enjoy playing with Migs, but the lobbies were a lot more fun before Migs joined. I'm like, oh, I'm dead again. Hey, guys, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Although I think if we do the lobbies with Migs again, I can definitely talk during those episodes because it won't fucking matter.
It's not gonna fucking matter.
Not gonna fucking matter at all whether I'm focused or not.
Yep. But Brad, I looked through some of that footage, man. Some of that shit was funny, bro. But also, yesterday I went on to play a little bit more, and I sent Brad the picture. I went like 65 and like what 30 something.
He went off. He was having a bad day, and he took it out on some individuals.
Yeah, Activision, like, stop forcing some of these game modes on these maps, bro. Like, no reason why we should be playing Hardpoint on Nuketown.
No, it's too small. That's too small of a map. All these small maps, they need to stop doing that shit.
Yeah. Now there's even smaller maps in the other modes, Brad.
Yeah.
But other than that, Brad, I went to work and then I came back, watched this film, and I just been editing ever since. I think maybe if we have more time, I want to get through what's left of the videos that I have clips from, so that way I can cut what's left of the stream that we did, the first zombie stream, and then look at the footage from yesterday. But I'm not too sure. There's gonna be a lot to clip. I see why people fucking hire editors for this shit,
or do the AI thing. Yeah.
It's like I don't agree with using AI. I would never use it, but it's just like, damn, like I can see why people use it because it's like it's damn, this shit is like it's so much to
time
clip.
consuming. Yeah,
it's so much to clip out. But you know what, man? Like I said, excuses make habits, and I'm still doing it. I'm here. Tomorrow I'm gonna stream a little later than usual, because I got to go pick up my pass for the festival this month. And then but Wednesday we're gonna have our extra review because what's it called, Thursday I won't be here, and then that'll be up live early and ad free on Patreon as well. and then it'll go up for everybody on Saturday still. So just you guys patrons get it a couple days earlier. So
So when are we reviewing the next movie this week?
I said it Wednesday.
Maybe. I'm not at home at all tomorrow.
Yeah. After we're done here, I think it's time for you to turn on Perfect Blue,
No,
Brett.
I think I'm going to bed.
Sleep, watching in your sleep, Brett. What? It's like what? It's 7:37 over there.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Just a little bit of Perfect Blue.
I'm old. I'm tired.
Just a little bit of Perfect Blue's not even
And I
that
work
long.
with children.
Yeah, Perfect Blue's not even that long.
How long is Perfect Blue?
It's like an hour and 30.
It's only an hour.
No, it's actually an hour and 21, Brad.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do half. I don't know.
Yeah, just break it up into half.
Okay.
Because
Maybe.
I won't be able to, Brad. Like, let's go Thursday. Thursday, I'm not gonna be here. Yeah. Unless we do it Friday. I mean, Friday we still don't got shit to do on Friday. Oh wait, no, Friday I can't, Brett. Friday, unless we do it in the morning. Yeah.
Could do that.
All right, these are conversations for off air. This is a conversation for off air. But with that said, Brad, I think we should just go ahead and get into this. Let's go ahead and kick off November, man. So if you have seen Nightcrawler, go ahead and if you haven't seen Nightcrawler, go ahead and get out of here. You care about sports, but if you don't care about sports or you've already seen the film, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerd Court is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code TheNerdCourt. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, Brad, introduce them to 2014's Nightcrawler.
All right, roll. Nightcrawler is a 2014 American neo-noir thriller film written and directed by Dan Gilroy in his directorial debut. It stars Jake Gyllenhaal as an unhinged stringer who seeks out violent and morbid events late at night in Los Angeles so he can film them and sell the exclusive footage to a local television news station. The supporting cast includes Rene Russo, Riz Ahmed, and Bill Paxton. Gilroy originally wanted to make a film about the life of American photographer Ouija, but switched focus after discovering the unique narrative possibilities surrounding the stringer profession. He wrote the protagonist as an anti-hero based on the ideas of unemployment and capitalism. A common theme in the film is the symbiotic relationship between unethical journalism and consumer demand. Gyllenhaal served as a producer on the film and played a pivotal role in its creation, becoming involved in choosing members of the crew and watching other actors' audition tapes. Filming was a challenging process, taking place across 80 locations over the course of 4 weeks. Open Road Films utilized viral marketing to promote Nightcrawler, including a fictional video resume on Craigslist and fake social media profiles for the protagonist. The film was premiered at the 2014 Toronto International Film Festival on September 15th and was released theatrically on October 31st, going on to gross $50.3 million against a budget of $8.5 million, and gaining a cult following in the process. It was met with widespread praise, especially Gilroy's screenplay and the performances of Gyllenhaal and Russo. Several critics listed Nightcrawler as one of the best films of 2014, and it received various accolades, including a Best Original Screenplay nomination at the 87th Academy Awards. And let's see what we got here. Cinematography, Robert Elswit, edited by John Gilroy, music by James Newton Howard, and a running time 117 minutes with a budget 8.5 million and a box office of 50.3 million.
All right, man. So this is the first pick of November. Brad, I'll go ahead and tell you this, man. I really like this movie. I don't think it's perfect, and I think it's got a great performance out of Jake Gyllenhaal in here, who is just fantastic in this film. Not really much to write home about Riz Ahmed's performance in here, which is crazy because
I mean he's barely on the screen.
Yeah, he's barely in it, but I think that Jake Gyllenhaal is great in this film. I think half of this movie is a noir. I don't think this is straight up noir.
Well, it's a neo-noir, I guess.
No, I mean neo-noir still takes elements of film noir.
Yeah.
But there's no femme fatale here. There's
you don't think the TV producer is a femme fatale?
no,
She's
she.
using her
There's
her.
no downfall of our main character here. He. What's it called?
I think the downfall of the main character is just the way the main character is.
But there's
He
no inherent downfall.
no
And that woman does not cause his downfall. If anything,
no.
that
She
woman
lifts him
allows
up.
him to,
Yeah.
reach massive heights.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it's definitely a statement on capitalism, as it says.
yeah, it is, and that's what this film does have throughout the whole thing, which is it is a statement on American society, and it has something to say about American society, especially on ethical journalism. How throughout this whole movie, Brad, I was just thinking about like people who post shit on Twitter and Facebook, and you'll just see like in the comments or in the replies the news station saying like, would you mind if we use this? And it's like, you don't really have any more of these type of situations where you have people being lured to to film. Now it's through social media where
Yeah.
they try to take your footage, don't credit you, and they exploit you, and they don't pay you. And usually it's like we don't really see much graphic footage anymore. Well, at least on American news, because in
I mean, it
Mexico,
was
yeah,
on X for a while.
yeah. What's it called on Mexican news stations? You kind of do get a lot of
Yeah,
more.
I mean, hell, in Mexican newspapers, you get it.
Yeah, yeah. But what's it called? American news, like, it's not like that anymore. You don't get stuff like this anymore. But Brad, what are your initial thoughts on Nightcrawler?
I'm kind of feeling the same vibes as you. I like this movie. I don't think it's perfect. I think there's slight pacing issues here and there. I really enjoy the cinematography in this. I think it's really cool. I think the car motion scenes reminds me a lot of Baby Driver. So
Yeah,
when they're going through that, so I really enjoyed those aspects of the movie. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is extremely creepy in this movie. He plays it pitch perfect. He is. I'm going to say he's playing a bit of an autistic individual.
I was gonna bring this up.
Yeah.
Is Lou autistic?
He's got to be. He's got to be on the spectrum at least.
Yeah, because there's like
He
a
does.
lot of characteristics that really kind of feel like Lou is kind of autistic.
Yeah, and Riz Ahmed actually brings it up. He's like you don't know how to deal with people. Like that is perfectly clear. Like
Yeah.
and Lou basically brings out, well, maybe I don't like people. And
But it's
that
also
was the
what
first
makes
thing
the
I
most-
noticed. Like when he's like stealing the fence, and then he's trying to get in he gets very focused on stuff, and he
Yeah.
like tries this
Well,
stuff
he
out.
researches all these things, and he
Yeah.
researches about the news director. I mean the station director, and But also, it's like, and that's kind of what makes him the best candidate for this line of work that he's doing.
Yeah, well,
Because you have someone who doesn't care about people, and he doesn't like them, and he doesn't really do well around them.
no, he
but-
doesn't think about shoving a camera in the face of somebody who's bleeding and dying.
Yeah,
Like
so it's
it does not affect. He doesn't care that he literally put his coworker who he's been working, or
Yeah.
his employee who he's been working with for what do you think, a year, maybe
Yeah.
time frame, 6 months to a year, put him in the fucking way of getting shot.
Yeah. I also think that this movie kind of has a bit of a tonal shift, and about like halfway into the film, like it kind of feels like I'm watching not a completely different movie, but like something different than what I was following at first. Because the first part of this movie kind of has a little bit of like a kind of like a psychological like thriller in a way.
Mhm.
And then it kind of like leads into the actual noir, where it's like the detective story and him finding the what's it called, the crime scene, and tracking down these guys. And I don't know, man. I think it's a good film. I think it's really good. I think it has a great performance. I
Yeah.
love the cinematography as well. I think this movie looks great. I think James Newton Howard's score is really good too. But I think this movie is like pretty uneven, and I think it's far from being perfect. I've heard this movie be hyped up to hell and back, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard for a long time about this movie. That's kind of partially why I chose it, because it's like one of those that I've wanted to see, but just
Yeah.
really had no reason to. I mean, I I find it hilarious that Lou never goes to jail for the shit he pulled because anybody else in the normal world, like he literally went across the police line to film like the bullets in the house, and he didn't get caught for that. And then he goes into a house where what 3 people are murdered.
Yeah,
Technically 2, and one was still breathing.
yeah. Renee Russo's great too, man. I think she's great in this movie. Um, I love just like the complete shift towards the end when she gives him that final footage, and she's like completely fallen under his spell. Like there's no more like she's
There's no moral
eager to ask
line.
for a price from him.
Yeah, there's no moral line anymore with her. Like she's willing to go to get those scoops and that coverage to whatever degree she needs to.
Yup. Fantastic, man. I thought her performance was really good in this. But also Lou's got a pretty great taste in cars. That red Challenger, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, with the cut scene when they went from their whatever the Yugo fucking looking thing they had to that, and they just do the time frame, and then the first thing Lou tells Riz Ahmed's character is like, you're doing great on your performance, but you just spilled gas in the car. If you do that again, I'll fire you. So I mean, there is. I'm telling you, there's got to be a little bit autism written into that character.
100%, Brad. He has to be, bro. There's or that's what Jake Gyllenhaal studied.
Yeah,
I guess.
because he doesn't care about anyone's feelings. He's overly blunt, too honest in a way, and he can't read people.
Yeah, yeah. He's definitely quite the interesting guy in this film, bro. Like yeah. Now, I mean, like, I think that Dan Gilroy, but I think if I'm correct, Brad, he also did Velvet Buzzsaw with him.
Oh, yeah. That was an interesting movie. I
It
don't
was
think we like
interesting,
that
but
movie,
once again, it's one of those movies where I have the same idea of Nightcrawler, where I was like, oh, like interesting concept, but it feels like a completely um different film. Like after you get past the first act.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, I digress. I still think this is a really good movie. Um, I think that performances are fantastic. Um, I think that it really has some interesting things to say about American society, and especially our sensationalist attitude and our reactionary attitude, where we're so quick to pull out the phone and record, and we're just like we have actually no, you know, not no care, but like we don't think about human life at first, and we think about like pulling out the phone to record it and see what we can get with that footage, and that's what the media, what's it called, that's what the media banks on, is
Yeah.
like making sure that there's always something to be filmed, and if it can get ratings, it's going to go up on the TV.
Yeah. Or on
And at
social
the
media
end,
websites now.
you see how the media twists things too, and
Yeah,
it's like
to their own narrative. So
yeah, yeah.
I mean, seeing Jake Gyllenhaal move bodies to get a shot and do some shit that morally is very bankrupt.
Yeah, very unethical too.
Yeah.
Very unethical. But man, it's a very interesting movie, and I think that it. I don't know, man. I think that it's not like the best Jake Gyllenhaal performance, but I think it's one of his best up there, and I think that there's a lot of like research that went into it, and for sure, I'm leaving here with your same thought, Brand. I really do think that Lou's autistic.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. There's no way that he's not, man.
No.
There's so much in this movie that just points to that direction.
I mean, you look at his house and just how clean it is.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's overly obsessive about everything.
Yeah. But Brad, what's your final verdict on Nightcrawler?
I mean, I like this film, but I think we have the same regards that there's issues in this. Nothing really towards Jake Gyllenhaal. More like you said, the tempo change and the pacing. For me, some of the pacing stuff. I think I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10.
All right. I'm giving this. I'm actually a little bit higher than you, Brad. Wow. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10, man. I think it's a good film, and I think that it's got great performances. I just think that it's very uneven. I think that it feels like two different films in one at time, but it's like two different films that are playing with the same theme. But I think that, like I said, half of this film is an actual noir. I don't think this movie's a straight up noir. And
I mean, but the chase scene in this, that's a killer shot chase scene right there.
fantastic. I just think it's a movie that plays with noir. With some of the styles and with some of the
Concepts.
thematic interpretations of noir.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a straight up noir in this, and I don't, like I said, I don't think Lou faces any consequences at the end. There is no downfall for Lou,
other than to have to live as Lou.
Yeah, like dude gets his own freaking coworker killed, and there's
well,
just
not only that,
no consequence for him.
He cut the fucking brakes on a van. Did something to
there's
that
so
van.
much that's wrong with him.
Yeah,
that he's done, and he has no repercussions, and there's no consequences. So it's like, no, like this guy did not. There's nothing that went wrong with this guy. There's no downfall for this man.
Other than already what's just wrong with him individually.
Yeah. Oh man. But I do love at the end, like he's like, "Oh, I'll never ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself." And I'm like, y'all just working for the wrong man, because he's willing to do fucking anything.
Yeah,
anything.
He's gonna get all you killed.
Yeah.
Although I
basically got police officers murdered.
Yeah, I did love that he totally just stole the two van concept at the end there.
Yeah. But with that said, that concludes our review of Velvet Buzzsaw. No, Velvet Chainsaw. Nightcrawler. As always, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore, Instagram, Letterboxd, and TikTok at the Nerdcore. Patreon.com/the Nerdcore for your wonderful exclusives, getting this episode early, ad-free, and live, so you can talk with us on patreon.com/the Nerdcore. That's the $1 tier and above. We have other cool stuff like TV show commentaries, mini pods. All that is on Patreon on the respective tiers. And of course, we would also like for you guys to join our Discord and talk to us about this movie. Maybe we're completely wrong, guys, and maybe we should, have a conversation about that. There's nothing better than having a dialogue. And, if you want to talk to us in the Discord, go in there and talk to us. But you can also talk to us on the YouTube video. Make sure you leave a comment. Do you think that Lou's autistic? I want to hear from y'all. If you're watching this right now, drop a yes or a no. Do you think that Lou is autistic in the comments? If you made it this far, shout out to you, by the way. If you made it this far, leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss another review that drops on this channel. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast app of choice, make sure you're following us on that app and you're leaving us a 5-star review. All of that stuff helps us out so much. Brad, we have so much fun stuff to cover this month. I mean, you have classic noir, you have neo-noir, you have Japanese noir. Our mini pod is going to be really interesting because I've never heard this film and I've never seen it. But there's a lot that's going to go down this month, and I think it's going to be fun, man. I think we got some good picks.
It should be. Yeah. I mean, if it's a half as good as our Halloween month, I think we're
our horror month,
all right.
Yeah. But man, we got a lot of good stuff. As I already kind of spoiled it, our next review is Perfect Blue. That's our extra review this month and this week. So you make sure you guys tune into that when it drops on Saturday at 12 p.m. Central Time. But for now, as always, we want to thank our wonderful patrons. They make it possible. Without you guys, we're just not doing this, man. We love you guys. We thank you guys so much. Where can you find our executive producer, Shane Brett?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at ThriftedIL, or go buy something from the Suppy God at depop.com/PrisonCityVintage.
Y'all are probably thinking, if this is a noir month, what the hell? Where are the trench coats and the hats and what's it called? Why aren't y'all in black and white with harsh lighting and what's it called? The low and high contrast.
Do black and white on this?
I don't fucking know, Brad.
Is there a way to?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, you guys are probably thinking, where's the what's it called? The classic, noir music and all that stuff, man. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun this month, man. And I think this is gonna be a great one, another great one. And we're gonna continue on until the end of the year. But for now, Brad, let's get them the hell out of here.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being the host as always. Thank you to all those who join us in future chats. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, don't take a job for $30 a night. That's not good pay. You're not going to be able to live off that.
I mean, Brad, if this is going on during the recession, man,
Just
holy
still
shit.
$30. No, just you're worth more than that. Young Yoda out.